And it is looking beautiful with our ABC6 sky cam. Nice and sunny out there, which we like to see to kick off the next 2 days of summer-like weather. Right, Skylar?
Yeah, you know, it's we're going to be seeing those skies are starting to look a little clear now. So we've seen a little bit of that haze kind of moving in and out. And so now we're going to be seeing mostly some blue skies, but we'll still catch a little bit of that haze outside as we're taking a look right now at the tower cam. So what are we looking at in Providence? 74 degrees right now, and those winds are out of the southeast at about 11 miles an hour. So those winds have picked up. So that kind of gets rid of some of the haze that's outside. And we're looking at those temperatures climbing up right now. So look at some of the temperatures currently around the area. So we are starting to warm up, and we're going to be continuing to warm as we head into the afternoon hours. So just in a couple hours, we should be reaching our peak temperatures of the day. Got those 70s all along the Cape and the coastline. Moving inland, we're in the 80s. So here's those forecasted highs for today. So we're pretty close to them. We're not too far off. So you'll see we'll continue to warm throughout the afternoon. So what can we expect moving into the rest of the week or the weekend? Well, for today and tomorrow, we are warming because we have a lot of warm air that's going to be driving right into our area. And that's going to help those temperatures climb up even more so as we head into tomorrow. But all good things must come to an end, right? We do have a front that's going to be moving through after 7 p.m. tomorrow night. What that's going to do is bring us some scattered showers throughout the weekend and colder temperatures. So I'm going to have more details on all of everything you can expect for the weekend coming up here in just a moment.
All right, Skylar, thank you. At 12:02, we begin with new at noon. The wind turbine parts that pulled up to New Bedford last week spent a little more time than expected on the boat that brought them here. But a new agreement between a local labor union and the company overseeing this massive project means you'll start seeing a lot more action on the dock. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trigelis has the latest from the Whaling City. Pump in case your basement becomes flooded, and make sure your car has plenty of gas.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
We're looking out across Providence, and we're seeing some nice blue skies, a little bit of haze off into the distance, but not too bad because those winds finally picked up today. So it's kind of clearing out our air. But temperatures right now, not too bad. We're sitting in those 70s and 80-degree temperatures already. It's 84 in Norwood, 74 in Providence. We have 81 in Smithfield. And if we look along the coastline, it's 71 in Newport, 74 out in Chatham currently. So we have this warm air that's going to be moving into the area, and that's going to allow those temperatures to continue to rise through today and in tomorrow. So it's going to feel quite summer-like outside as we head into our Friday afternoon. But we do have a front that's going to be coming through. So this cold front is going to start to work its way into our area. So we're expecting it to move in tomorrow after about the 7 p.m. hour. So we'll have a nice day in store. Temperatures will rise very quickly. So we'll be in the 70s fairly early, and then we'll continue to rise throughout the day. So even by lunchtime, you already see some of those upper 80s around the area. So what we're expecting, like I said, that front's going to be moving in after 7 p.m. Front takes a bit to get through the area, so that's going to be bringing some scattered showers to the area for the weekend, and it's also going to make those temperatures fall quite a bit. So we're looking at a 20 to 30 degree temperature difference by the time we get into the weekend from what we're going to see tomorrow into Saturday and Sunday. So we got a lot of cold air sitting behind this front coming from Canada, so that Canadian air is going to drop in and going to help those temperatures fall. So like I said, it's going to bring some of these scattered showers to the area on Saturday, and we're not going to get a whole lot of rain, so it's not going to be a total washout. Your weekend is still going to be salvageable. We're just going to have moments of scattered showers throughout the area. So here's a look at that low pressure system that's going to just sit just off the coast. And so we're going to get the backlash of that as that moves into the area. So we'll catch those scattered showers. I think the Cape area will end up having a little bit more rain than, say, you're moving a little bit more east. But here's that big setup, and this is the Invest 91L that's currently sitting in the Gulf of Florida area, and that's going to be tracking across the area. So this whole line is sort of connected here, so we'll see that moving across. But temperature wise in the weekend, we're going to see those 50s. So I hate to actually even say this, but we're going to see those scattered showers, those cooler temperatures, and this temperature on Saturday is actually going to come much early in the day, and then those temperatures are going to fall throughout the day, and then by Sunday we're going to be warming up, and we'll reach that high temperature of the day later in the day. So it's kind of flip-flopped on Sunday, and then we'll have our heaviest amount of rain out of the weekend coming in Sunday night into Monday morning, and that should be completely moved out by the time we get to our commute on Monday morning.
I almost fell off my chair when you started talking about the 50s, even though you already told us this morning. I almost just fell off, passed out. I don't want the winter temperatures. I need the summer temperatures. What's happening, Skylar?
I went very conservative on these numbers too. If you guys saw some of the model runs and the numbers, I was like, oh, I don't really want to believe this.
I know. We remember last week we were like, oh, yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Summertime. We're getting into it. It's going to be June. And then here we are.
Well, I think because we're so warm as we're heading into the weekend, because that warm air in the atmosphere is really warm. So as that cold air tries to sink in, it's a little bit longer to cool it down. So that's why I went a little bit more conservative on those 50s, because it's going to take a little bit longer to cool that warm air down. And so anyways, there's a lot of science behind it, but that's why I went with those 50s. So.
All right, as we say, glass half full. Enjoy today and enjoy tomorrow. Get out there. All right, still to come on ABC 6 News at Noon. NASA holds its first public meeting on UFOs and what they revealed as they emphasize they're not trying to hide anything.
Weekdays at 4:30 on ABC 6.
We're looking at our 7-day forecast, so we're warming up today, more so tomorrow. Really expecting those temperatures to be in those upper 80s tomorrow. Saturday, though, we have that cold front that moves through Friday night, so we're going to see those temperatures dip down. Now, our highest temperature of the day on Saturday is going to be early in the day, and those temperatures are going to fall throughout the day, and then it will be flip-flopped on Sunday, so expect some scattered showers and some much cooler temperatures for the weekend.
All right, thanks for joining us for ABC 6 News at Noon. The news continues first at 4, and for news and weather anytime, ABC6.com is always on. Get outside and enjoy that beautiful weather today.
Watch ABC.
Providence.
Yeah, we have a lot going on today. So the beginning of meteorological summer, and today is also the first day of the start of the Atlantic hurricane season. So Providence looking at 53 degrees outside. Winds are out of the west-southwest at about 5 miles an hour, so starting to increase a bit. And looking at these temperatures, we were very comfortable overnight. Warming up around the area, so if you are heading up to Boston right now, 59 degrees there, 47 in Taunton, it's 46 in New Bedford, and along the Cape, it's 60 degrees in Chatham this morning. So here's a look at that visibility. Most of the visibility concerns are over here in the south area along the Cape. We are looking at about a quarter of a mile. Norwood showing about a mile of visibility. So again, we got some just patchy fog in areas, especially those lower lying areas because of those calm winds this morning. As soon as those winds pick up, that'll start to move it on out. So forecasted highs for today, not too bad. We're looking at those 70s along the coastline and the Cape. Moving inland, we're moving up into those 80s. And some of us even hitting 90 degrees for today. So pretty warm because that warm air is moving up in from the west, and that's going to help those temperatures rise today and into tomorrow. But by the time we get in the weekend, we got a bit of a different story heading our way. I'll have more details on that in just a moment.
All right, Skylar, thank you. At 6:02, our top story. Friday Eve. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler.
Yeah, you know, the temperatures are going to be rising today, and we also have some visibility concerns outside. Just a few areas where the winds are very light or no winds at all, so where it's calm. Norwood looking at 1 mile visibility, and then if we look out along the Cape, we have about a quarter of a mile. So just give yourself a little extra time if you're heading out. So Providence, 53 degrees right now. Winds are out of the west-southwest at about 5 miles an hour, so they're starting to pick up a little bit. You can see those temperatures already rising this morning, so we're already in those 50s for much of the area. If you are making the commute up to Boston, it's already 59 degrees there. It is 60 degrees in Chatham this morning, so quite nice around the area. Very comfortable this morning. Those forecasted highs, we're looking at the 70s along our coastline and Cape, and then as you start to head further inland, we're going to see those 80s, and then as you get much further north and west, you're going to see those upper 80s and 90-degree temperatures throughout the day today. So today, mostly sunny with partly cloudy areas along our coastline, and we'll have this patchy fog through the morning, but again, as those winds start to pick up, that'll push it on out. So expect those temperatures to be warming nicely today. Summer-like feels today. Winds out of the south 5 to 10 miles an hour. So here's what we're looking at for our weekend. We have a front that's going to be moving into the area tomorrow night, and that's going to be coming in after, say, 7 o'clock. And that's going to take the evening and overnight hours to push on through, and that's bringing some scattered weekend showers with it. Unfortunately, yes, that's moving in on the weekend, and it's going to bring us some really cold temperatures, and that is just not something we're looking forward to. But right now, today is the first day of hurricane season. We do have an Invest 91L that's just in the Gulf Coast, and this has got a 20% chance of forming into something more so. I'm telling you this because this plays a part in our weather here. I'm gonna have more details on that full forecast in just a moment.
All right, let's take a look at your morning commute at 6:08 with our ABC6 Skycam. We're currently looking at Thurbers Ave right now. Let's take a look at some
Well, we have a lot going on outside right now. So currently we're looking out across Providence, a little bit of haze, not too bad. Just that's going to be kind of sticking around with us for the next couple of days, but that'll start to lift up as those winds pick up a bit. So visibility has some concerns this morning in a few areas. It's a 3/4 of a mile up in Norwood, and most of our visibility concerns are down along the Cape area with a 1/4 of a mile. So as soon as those winds pick up a bit, that'll start to lift off and move out. So temperatures are quite comfortable this morning as we're waking up. Got a lot of 50s on the board right now. 54 up in Norwood, 59 in Boston. It's 48 in New Bedford, but along the Cape, we're in those upper 50s and 60 degrees in Chatham this morning. So for today, we can expect mostly sunny skies for pretty much all of us, except for around the Cape and coastline areas. You'll be partly cloudy along the coastal area. And again, we have that patchy fog this morning. Temperatures warming up as we start to move inland. So we'll be in those mid 80s around the area. Winds will be out of the south about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So with what we're expecting for today and tomorrow, we have a lot of warm air that's to the west and south of us, and that's going to be pulling up right into our area. And that's going to help those temperatures start to climb up as we get into today and then more so into tomorrow. So as we head into today, you can kind of see what's going on with the big surface map here. So we're watching this cold front, and this is a very large cold front that stretches across Canada. This has got a lot of cold air behind it that's going to be just dropping in over the area. So we're going to start to cool down as we head into the weekend because that front's bringing quite a bit of cool air with it. But in the meantime, expect those temperatures to be warming. So tomorrow we'll be in the 60s by 7 a.m. So we will be warming up nicely for the day, looking at those upper 80s, especially as you start to head north and west, and even some 90-degree temperatures for tomorrow in some northern areas. But for us, we're looking at those mid to upper 80s around the area. And now once we get into the afternoon tomorrow, into this Friday evening, we do have that front that's going to start to work its way into the area, and that's going to bring us some scattered showers over the weekend and much colder temps than what we've been seeing. So that front's going to get through the area in the overnight hours into Friday night into Saturday, and that's going to bring us that scattered showers through the area. Now our temperatures are going to be warm as we start out Saturday morning, and they're going to slowly fall as we head through the day. So our peak temperature of the day is going to come quite early. And then by the time we get into Sunday, a little bit opposite. We'll be cold in the morning and we'll start to warm up where our peak temperatures will come late in the day. So what's happening here is we do have this low pressure system that's just going to start to swirl off the coast of us. So as that front moves through, we're going to get the backlash of this low pressure system. So we'll keep getting some of those scattered showers, but look how long this extends all the way down to where that Invest 91L is sitting at. So this is kind of controlling our weather as we have some high pressure systems, and this is starting to pull in. So you can see that big stretch across the Atlantic. So for our 7-day forecast, here's what we're expecting. Warming up very nicely, summer-like temperatures today and tomorrow, but moving into Saturday, cooler. So like I said, we're going to reach our peak high of the day early in the day. Then temperatures are going to fall throughout Saturday. By Sunday, it's going to be flip-flopped. We'll be cool in the morning, and then we'll start to slowly warm up to reach that high temperature of the day in the evening hours. And then by Monday, we start to rebound. So expect those scattered showers and just the rain and the cooler temperatures through the weekend. And then by Monday, we start to rebound a bit and start to warm back up.
on the 6th.
If you are headed out to the bus stop, we are going to be in the 60s this morning. So we are warming up very quickly. We'll have nice skies, sunny for most of the area, in those 80s as you head home this afternoon. So here's that warm up as we head through the morning hours. You can see how quickly we get into those 80-degree temperatures. So expect a lot of us to warm even as we head further north and west. But we'll keep the Cape and the coastline in those 70s. So quite nice. We'll feel those summer-like temperatures. And the setup, what we're looking at for the coming weekend, we do have a cold front up here in Canada. This is a very large cold front that's going to be moving into the area, bringing some chilly air and frigid temperatures as we move into the weekend. And I say frigid because we're used to these really warm temperatures as we head into the next 2 days. Weekend's going to be a little bit chilly. So here's a look at what we're expecting for today. Mostly sunny. Partly cloudy along the coastal areas, a little bit of fog around the some low-lying areas just because those winds are calm right now, but they do start to pick up later on out of the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Here's one last look at that 7-day forecast. So front moves in Friday night. That's going to bring some scattered showers, some cooler temperatures for Saturday and Sunday. Not a washout, but just know that they're going to be scattered throughout Saturday and Sunday into Monday morning, but then we start to warm up as we head into the first part of next week.
It's 6:27, still to come on Good Morning Providence. Yanni.
We are starting out quite comfortable this morning. 53 in Providence. Winds are starting to pick up a bit out of the west-southwest at about 5 miles an hour. So here's a look at the temperatures around the area. We are climbing up already. It's 59 in Boston. It's 48 in New Bedford. We had 61 in Chatham this morning. So quite nice and comfortable temperatures as we're waking up. A couple of visibility concerns if you're making the commute up to Boston. This is actually improved a bit up by Norwood, 7-mile visibility. So not too bad. So most of our concerns really now are along the Cape area with a quarter of a mile. So just give yourself a little extra time. And that's just because those winds are calm, but they're about to start lifting. So you see those wind speeds starting to pick up a bit. So that'll push that fog on out. So forecasted highs for today. We're going to keep the coastline a little bit cooler, but not bad. You'll be in those 70s. So nice 70-degree temperatures all along the coastline area. And as we start to move further inland, you see those temperatures climb. So low 80s, mid 80s, and even possibly 90 degrees up in Norwood. So not too bad. That's because we have this warm air to the south and west of us that's really pooling up into our area through the jet stream. And that's going to allow those temperatures to climb up today and tomorrow. But we have a cold front headed our way. I'm going to give you details on that in just a moment.
Thank you, Scott. 6:37. The sun is shining out there. Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler for a check of that forecast.
So we're looking at a little bit of haze in the skies, but pretty high up, so not too bad. As soon as those winds pick up a little bit more, that should be moving it out. So we're looking at winds out of the west-southwest right now at 5 miles an hour, 53 degrees in Providence. And look at some of these temperatures around the area. So we are warming up nicely. We're going to be warming up very quickly now. So we're looking at 55 in Norwood, 59 up in Boston. It's 48 in New Bedford, and we got 61 degrees in Chatham this morning. So what we're expecting for today is those temperatures to start rising up. So even the Cape and the coastline area are going to be in the 70s all through the day. So a very nice temperature. And then as we start to move into the inland areas, we'll be in those low to mid 80s and then even some possible 90s around the area. So again, that's going to be further inland. But here's what we're expecting for our weekend outlook. We do have a front that's going to move through the area tomorrow night after, say, 7 p.m. So it starts to approach the area then. And then it takes the whole overnight hours to get this front through. And that's going to be bringing us some scattered showers throughout the weekend. It's not going to be a total washout. We're going to be getting about 2/10 of an inch rain on Saturday and even into Sunday. And it's also bringing colder temperatures with it. So after having this nice warm up today and tomorrow, those temperatures are going to be dipping a bit. And that's because this long front line here just to the north of us in Canada is bringing some cold Canadian air right into our area. And that's going to be dropping down tomorrow night. So we're going to see those temperatures on Saturday, our peak temperature of the day coming early in the day. And then by the time we get into Saturday, those temperatures do start to drop throughout the day. I'm going to have more details on this forecast in just a moment.
And And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
Well, we're looking outside and we've got a little bit of haze this morning, but as the winds start to pick up, this will start to move on out. So expect some of these hazy conditions to be fluttering through the area for the next couple of days. So temperatures this morning are quite mild as you're getting up. It's 53 in Smithfield. If you're heading up to Boston, it's 59 degrees. And we got 48 in New Bedford, but 61 degrees in Chatham right now. So nice, comfortable temperatures as we're waking up. So today it's going to be mostly sunny. We'll be partly cloudy along the coastal area. And then through this morning, we do have a couple of little patchy fog areas, but most of it is starting to move on out and lift up because the winds are starting to pick up. So we'll have those winds out of the south about 5 to 10 miles an hour today. So what we're going to be expecting through today and tomorrow is that we have this warm temperatures that's much to the west of us and south. So that's going to be pulling in with the jet stream, and that's going to help us start to climb up through today and tomorrow. So expect those temperatures to rise up into the 80s and even further inland and much further north and west will be into the 90s. But for us, what we're watching now is this long cold front that's in Canada that's going to be dropping down into the area, bringing some cold Canadian air to our area. So as we get into Friday morning, not so bad, but by the evening hours, we'll start to see that front move through. So in the morning, as you get up, look, we'll be at 60 degrees by 6 a.m. So nice temperatures as you're getting up and getting going. We'll be in the 70s by 9 a.m. So a quick warm up tomorrow. And then by the time we get into the afternoon, we'll see those upper 80s and even 90s much further north and west of us. So what we're expecting for the weekend is that we do have this cold front that's going to be moving through tomorrow night after 7 o'clock. It's going to take all night to get through the area, but that's going to be bringing some scattered showers throughout the weekend and much colder temps than what we're going to be seeing from now. So enjoy the summer-like conditions today and tomorrow, because now we're going to feel like we're back in March as we head into the weekend. So we got that cool air north of us. That's going to drop through. You see that front moving through, and it's going to bring some scattered showers to the area. So what's going to happen here is we're going to get stuck just on the backside of this low pressure system. So we'll be getting the backlash of this as we head into Sunday. So again, it'll be scattered, but you can see just how long the system stretches. And this is our Invest 91L that is in the Gulf Coast right now, but it'll be moving across Florida. And this is going to be helping steer our weather pattern. So again, we'll be getting some of those scattered showers through the weekend and into Sunday night into Monday morning. So expect those temperatures to drop into the 50s. So Saturday, what we're expecting is that we're going to reach our peak temperature of the day early. And then by the time we get through the day, those temperatures are going to decline. Flip-flopped on Sunday, we're going to start out cold, but then we'll warm up in the evening hours to those upper 50s. But then we do rebound. We have some rain that's going to move through overnight, Sunday night into Monday. And then we'll start to see those 60s climbing back up into almost 70 degrees by Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, Skylar, thank you. U.S. retailers are warning of an increase in organized retail crime, costing them hundreds of millions of dollars. ABC's Ariel Reshef has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, when shoplifting becomes
And good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Taryn Azak. It's Thursday, June 1st. Can't believe we're already in June and can't believe it's Friday Eve. All right, let's head it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler with a check of that forecast. Skylar, it was really nice coming to work this morning. It wasn't as chilly as yesterday.
Yeah, you know, we've had a very mild overnight, so quite nice this morning. Today is also the first day of hurricane season, so it's our official start today. Providence is 51 degrees and the winds are out of the southwest, a little light, 3 miles an hour. But yes, we had a nice, comfortable overnight. A lot of these nice temperatures around the area. 54 in Smithfield, 53 in Norwood. It's 59 in Boston this morning, so a lot of 50s around the area. 47 in New Bedford this morning. Winds right now pretty calm around the area, so we could catch some patchy fog as we head into the morning hours. But here's a look at our jet stream and what we're going to be expecting as we move into today and tomorrow. We have this warm air moving up into our area, and that's going to get those temperatures to rise quite a bit for today and in tomorrow. So we're going to see those 80-degree temperatures, but I got some bad news on the way for you guys. So here's a look at those forecasted highs around the area today. So some of us could see 90. Now that's going to be much further north and inland, but you can kind of see along our areas. Most of us will be in those upper 70s, those lower to mid 80s around the area. I'm going to have more details on your forecast in just a moment.
All right, Skylar, we'll see you in just a bit. Our top story on the 6th.
Well, because we have those calm winds right now, we still have a little bit of that haze sitting outside. So we do have a south wind, so that's going to be working in our favor as soon as that starts to pick up a bit. But yeah, we're going to still see some of this smoky haze in and out of the area as those wildfires continue to burn. So we'll just kind of catch some of it. Again, we'll get some blue skies. We're not going to see it near as bad as what we saw a few days ago, but just, we'll see it here and there. Could give us a nice sunrise this morning. But here's a look at Providence, 51 degrees. Winds are out of the southwest at about 3 miles an hour, so that should help. But some of the areas still sitting pretty calm right now. So temperature wise, as you're waking up, it's not too bad. It feels kind of nice outside. We're in the 50s in most areas, 54 in Smithfield. If you have to go up to Boston, it's already 59 degrees there, 47 in New Bedford. And then out on the Cape in Hyannis, 58 degrees, so not bad. So forecasted highs for today, we're all going to get pretty warm. So along our coastline and the Cape, we're going to be in those nice 70s. It'll feel great. Got that south wind moving in. And then as you start to head further inland, we got those 80s. So Providence is looking at about 82 today, Taunton 85. But as you head a little bit further north, Norwood coming in at 90 degrees. But look at these temperatures as you start to head west. So we have a lot of warming, a lot of heat moving into those areas today. And tomorrow is going to be the same thing. So today, mostly sunny skies. Now around the coastline will be a little partly cloudy, and we can see some morning fog as you head out the door in some areas, so patchy areas, mostly to the south. But temperature wise today, our coolest spots will be coming in at 68 degrees, and that is along the coastline, moving on up into those upper 80s with that south wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm going to have the details on your weekend forecast coming up in a moment.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
We're taking a look outside, and we've got a little bit of haze outside, but as those winds start to pick up, this will start to clear out again, kind of like what we saw yesterday. So we'll keep seeing some of this smoke flutter in and out throughout the next couple of days. So temperatures this morning as you're waking up were nice and comfortable. 51 in Providence, it's 54 in Smithfield. If you are headed up to Boston doing the commute, it's 59 already there. And then if we're looking out along the Cape area, it's 57 in Falmouth, but nice 50s for pretty much all of the area. So here's a look at those sustained wind speeds. So some of the areas are still pretty calm, so those areas might be seeing some patchy fog this morning, especially more towards the south. But once these winds really start to pick up a bit, that's going to help us a bit clear out our skies and clear out any of that stagnant air. So here's a look at what we're expecting for today. So it's going to be mostly sunny. Now down by the coastline, you're going to be a little bit cloudier. So it'll be partly cloudy there along the coastal areas. But we could see that morning fog as we get up this morning and head out the door. So temperature wise, we got a couple areas that'll remain a little cool along the coastline around 68, but then we do warm up as you head further inland, seeing those upper 80s around the area. Winds will be out of the south about 5 to 10 miles an hour. So here is our setup for today. So today we got a lot of warm air that's going to be moving into the area, but pay attention, we have a cold front, and this is a very large cold front with a lot of cold air sitting behind it. This is going to start to make its way towards us. But for today and tomorrow, we have a lot of warm air pulling into our area. So today is going to be nice and warm. Tomorrow we warm up more so we'll be seeing those temperatures really climb, especially as we head inland. Now, as that front starts to approach us, we can see some spotty little showers popping up tomorrow afternoon. Most of it will be north, and a lot of this will be very light. So once it gets to, say, the Mass Turnpike, it starts to fall apart as it gets into our area. So we're really looking at just maybe some little sprinkles in the overnight and some little light showers, really probably less than 1/10 of an inch. So we're not talking a lot in the overnight hours as this front's working its way through. It takes a couple hours to get that front through the area. So here's what we're looking at. That front moves in after 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and it's going to take much of the overnight to get it into the area. So we'll see some scattered rain over the weekend. And unfortunately, this is going to bring some colder temps to the area. So we have that cold air mass that's sitting behind this large front that's extending across, and that's bringing that Canadian air right down into the area. And that's going to drop our temperatures down for the weekend. So as we check out that front, it's going to bring some of these showers. Again, these are going to be scattered around the area. And we're going to be looking at maybe 2/10 of an inch for Saturday and even Sunday. So not a lot of rain out of it, just some, and most of the rain will be in the later hours. But the problem here is that this low pressure system sets up and it swirls. So that's why we're getting a lot of the back end of this. So that's why we're going to be getting some of those showers, because this extends all the way down because we have a tropical disturbance, or a bit of a disturbance that is sitting out along the coast of Florida. So that's just kind of changing our weather pattern a bit. So as we get into the 7-day forecast, you see our temperatures rise. We'll see those mid to upper 80s for Friday. Moving into Saturday, that's when those temperatures dip. So like I said, that front moves through, that gets us down into those 50s on Saturday and even Sunday. So our warmest temperature of the day on Saturday comes early, and then as we start to move through the day, that temperature drops. And on Sunday, it's the opposite. We're cold in the morning and then we warm up later in the day. By Monday, we start to rebound. We'll see those 60s, and then we are back into those upper 60s towards the end of this forecast.
First week of June, not Skylar Spindler with your forecast on the 6th.
If you are headed off to the bus stop, we are going to be in those low 60s around 7 a.m. Moving into the afternoon, warming up into the 80s today. We're going to be mostly sunny around the area. So here's those temperatures as they start to climb through the morning hours. So we'll see those temperatures get into the 80s, especially as we head further north, really warming up. But all of us faring very well for today with those nice summer-like temperatures. And the same thing's going to be for tomorrow. So for today, mostly sunny skies. It'll be a little bit cloudier towards the coastline, so just partly cloudy there, but we do have that morning patchy fog in some areas, especially where the winds are calm right now. Temperature as you head further inland definitely warms up as we head north and west. Winds will be out of the south about 5 to 10 miles an hour for today. So the recap and the setup of what's going on, we have this cold front, and look how large this front is. This has a lot of cold air sitting behind it. That's going to be working its way through our area over the weekend. So it's going to be bringing us much cooler temperatures and some scattered showers. So not a whole lot of rain out of this event that's moving into the weekend. So we are looking at about 0.2 of an inch on Saturday and about 0.2 of an inch on Sunday. And then this finally starts to move out after the weekend and we start to clear up. So we need the rain as we start off June, but unfortunately it's coming in over the weekend.
All right, Skylar, thank you. It's 5:27, still to come on Good Morning Providence. Yanni.
Compass Medical announcing it will close its doors for good at the end of the week, coming as a complete shock to patients and staff. Hear their concerns after the break.
Let's send it over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler for a check of that Friday Eve forecast.
Yeah, you know, we're looking outside and it's a bit hazy this morning, but when the winds start to pick up a little more, that'll clear out our skies a bit because those winds will be moving in from the south. Right now we have a wind out of the southwest about 3 miles an hour, 51 degrees in Providence. And look at these temperatures around the area this morning. It's quite nice and comfortable as you're waking up, getting going today. If you are doing the commute up to Boston, it's already 59 degrees up there. It's 46 in Taunton, 47 in New Bedford, but along the Cape area, we're in those upper 50s. Hyannis sitting at 58 degrees, so not too bad this morning, but we do have some visibility concerns just because we have that calm winds outside. So mostly around the south, so along our Cape area, you've got some reduced visibility of about 1/4 of a mile, 3/4 of a mile. A couple other patchy spots where we don't really have any heavier winds or anything that's kind of moving it out. So if you're having to head west into Connecticut, it's a bit patchy there as well. But here's a look at those wind speeds, so you can kind of see it's fairly calm along the Cape. So that's why we're getting that patchy fog in those areas. So anywhere where it's calm, you could be seeing some fog this morning, but it'll clear off very quickly. So forecasted highs for today. Cape and coastline is going to stay nice and comfortable. You'll be in the 70s today. Only a few little spots that'll be in the upper 60s, but most of us in those 70s. And as you start to head further inland, look at those temperatures increase. Providence 82, but as you start to get a little bit further north and moving west, we got some of those upper 80s and even 90-degree temperatures that'll be popping up even for today and tomorrow. That's because we have this warm air from the south and west that's just moving right into our area, and that's going to help us warm up nice, like summer-like temperatures as we head into tomorrow and including today. So enjoy that while you can, because we have a cold front on the way, and I'm going to have more details on that in just a moment.
All right, Skylar, thank you. New this morning at 5:32, Compass Medical Group announcing plans to close its practices in Massachusetts. It's coming as a complete shock to patients and staff. Now, this morning, the closing is raising concerns from many as well. Good morning.
ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Skylar Spindler.
Well, we have a lot to talk about today, so here we're looking outside. It's a little hazy, not too bad, but we're going to see some of this haze just continue to move in and out of the area, so expect some light haze through the morning and into the early afternoon. Visibility, a couple of questionable areas, mostly along the south and the Cape area, but this should lift off as the winds start to pick up a bit. We're looking at about 1/4 mile. Norwood's got a little patchy spot of fog, about 3 miles visibility, so just use some caution this morning heading out. This will start to lift off as our winds pick up. So temperatures right now nice and mild as we're waking up. We're in the 50s for much of the area. If you are doing the commute up to Boston, it's already 59 degrees there. A little cooler patch here by New Bedford, 46 degrees. Out on the Cape area, 57 in Falmouth, 57 in Hyannis. So it's pretty nice this morning. Nice, mild, comfortable temperatures. And what we're watching right now is we have a cold front to the north of us, and that's going to start to make its way into the area by Friday night. So in the meantime, we've got some nice warm temperatures. So if we look at the temperature across the Northeast and even into the Midwest, look at some of these high upper 80s and almost 90-degree temperatures. And this air is going to be moving into our area. So what we can expect for today is mostly sunny skies. We'll be partly cloudy along the coastline area, and we do have this morning fog that will be lifting off here shortly. Winds are going to be out of the south about 5 to 10 miles an hour, but as you start to head further inland, we're going to see those temperatures really climb up and really feel like summer-like temperatures here today. So we do have that warm air that's just working its way in for today and even into tomorrow. So that's going to help those temperatures climb. So as we get into Friday, even by 7 a.m., look how warm we are. So we stay warm in the overnight. We're warming in the morning. We'll be in the 80s by 11 a.m. So check out some of these temperatures for tomorrow morning. We're expecting to see these really climb up as we head into the day tomorrow. But by the evening time, we do have a front that's going to be arriving in the area after 7 o'clock. Now this front's going to take a little bit of time to push on through, so expect that front to start entering into the area and exiting out by Saturday morning. And that's going to bring us some scattered weekend showers and much colder temps. So we do have an area that we are watching. It's Invest 91L. This is just an interesting area that the NOAA is watching. And this is actually going to play a part in our weather pattern as we head into the weekend. So what's going to happen here is we got this cold Canadian air that's going to be pushing through, and this front moves through our area Saturday morning late. And then by the time we get into the later day on Saturday, we're going to have some of that scattered showers around the area. So this low pressure system is literally just going to hang out just to the south of us, but we're going to be catching the back end of the showers, and you can see how this stretches all the way down. So like I said, that Invest is really kind of playing a part in our weather pattern here as it stretches all the way into the area. So expect some scattered showers Saturday, Sunday, and even into early Monday morning. Now those temperatures do dip a bit, so we will be in the 50s here, upper 50s for Saturday and into Sunday. And by the time we get into Monday, we start to warm back up where we'll be seeing those upper 60s and almost 70 degrees by the end of this forecast.
All right.